Everybody, welcome into episode 11 of the Jack Cohen podcast. I'm here with my special guest today, Marcus Haynes.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Marcus, why don't you just start off with telling everybody a little bit about yourself?
Shoot, Marcus Haynes, my best friend Jason Epps, he worked down here at the school, gave me a call. Said he needed us to look cool in front of his students, so we're going to get a nice, good podcast done.
So let's get right into it. Obviously, you have been in the NFL for 2 years now. You'll be going into your third this year.
Yes, sir.
You were an undrafted free agent and then went to the Broncos. And then you've bounced around a lot, but you
Mhm.
found your home, it looks like, in Cleveland.
Yes, sir.
You're a linebacker, DN.
Mhm.
So, first question, going back to your college days, what made you choose Old Dominion over Cincinnati and Colorado State?
Shoot, it was a crazy process coming out of Fort Union. The way things worked down there was like there was like a big combine at the end of our process or whatever. All the coaches would come and see us, and went out there, performed, did my thing or whatever. Some coaches liked and brought me out to my official visit, and some other coaches didn't like, or they felt like they can go in a better route option wise or whatever, and I didn't get to take my official visit there. So going out to Cincinnati, I was able to take my official visit there. I really liked it. I joked with the guys there, like doing activities and stuff, and at dinner. We went to Texas de Brazil in downtown Cincinnati. So I really liked it out there. Kind of really thought that's where I wanted to go, to be honest with you. And I went out to Old Dominion. Was a little bit more scared, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really think I didn't get the same vibe as Cincinnati. So I'm saying I went home, prayed about it. Sure enough, the next day, we were at our official breakfast or whatever, our official visit breakfast or whatever, and the Cincinnati head coach resigned. So he wasn't even fired, but he stepped down or whatever. So I went home and called Cincinnati to see if I was able to still commit him in my position or whatever. And they told me that I wouldn't be able to come until the summertime because at this time I would be able to go in January. Yeah, like the guys are doing now in today's college football. But
Right.
she got off the phone with them, called me and said I'm ready to go. And God pushed me. I feel like God really pushed me towards that route. So I really didn't have any hands on it. Like thought I wanted to go to this school, no, they pulled out. Thought I wanted to go to Cincinnati, no, they pulled out. So I feel like God really pushed me towards there, and it was the best thing that ever happened.
Yeah, so obviously, not being a starter, it's definitely a different routine
hmm
than if you were a starter.
hmm
What's your routine before the game to get you ready if you're needed?
Um, in the NFL, it's a little bit different. Like, okay, so I guess I'll go from like my regular routine. And when I was in Denver, we were allowed to travel and I guess be on the sidelines during the games and everything like that. Since I'm a practice squad guy, it's
Right.
not like that in every organization. So when I would sit back, my veterans were Randy Gregory and Frank Clark.
hmm
Frank Clark will probably be a Hall of Famer in around 6 years because he holds the top sacks in playoff history. So I would sit back. I would kind of sit in my locker since I didn't really have to worry about playing that particular day. I would sit back, see what they're eating, see how many Gatorades they're drinking. I see what kind of music they're listening to. I see if they go out early. I see what they do in their warm ups while they're warming up and taking notes to see, all right, this looks cool. I might want to do this when it's my time.
Right.
And they look like they use a little too much energy. Like I don't know if I want to use that one. And when they come back in, do they take their pads all the way off? Do they switch their cleats? Do they go get an IV? Do they have a honeycomb extra electrolyte package, like anything that they can do? I like, well, one thing I did, I used to sit back behind the tunnel because I love envisioning myself being able to run out there. I feel like that's where I want to be one day. I got to know what to do when it's time to run out there.
Right.
So I like seeing them doing their signature starter walkouts and stuff like that. And then I go out on the field and I kind of assist like whatever they need throughout the game.
Mhm.
Kind of stand right behind the bench, right there on the sideline. Shoot, I get my little field time, run out there and make sure I'm clapping everybody up. So and then that turns into preseason. Now it's my turn. I can go out there and emulate what I feel like someone that is a future Hall of Famer is doing, and then kind of make it mine. So just trying to pick up on everybody's little itty bits and pieces. So
Yeah, so obviously, what you were saying about Frank Clark probably being a Hall of Famer. I mean, if he gets a Hall of Famer from all these maybe being very having this strict routine, superstitious,
Mm,
maybe might not work for everybody, but it's worth taking a shot.
mhm.
Who's the sports icon, kind of going off that question, who's the sports icon that's influenced you the most?
Um, I feel like going back, I didn't always play defensive end or even defense, to be honest with you. I used to play receiver. So growing up, like I used to love Chado Chocinco, like
Mhm.
the way he would be able to go out there and be a ball hog, make the play, have the star play, being able to the way he exerted his confidence. I didn't know it at the time, but that's what I still do in my play today. Like it's okay to make a play and to be able to get pumped up with it as long as you're gonna make the play again the next play. So I feel like Chad Ochocinco had a big influence all the way since like boys club days. So
What's your favorite uniform combo that you've worn in the NFL preseason?
um I feel like overall I feel like the Steelers just the tradition of wearing the natural. No one's ever going to switch this up for years. However many years it's coming, it's always going to be the black helmet is always going to be very traditional uniform. Like I feel like that was the best, hardest uniform that I've actually worn. Being able to make a play in a Steelers uniform. Not a lot of people could ever say that they will ever be able to have a tradition like that. So,
Mhm. And a little bit of an extra question. What's it like having your brother in the NFL? He's obviously an
um,
offensive lineman for the Seahawks.
shoot, it's a blessing. Less stress on my parents. Shoot, we both have graduated college 2 degrees each. So he has a master's. I have 2 bachelor's degrees, and he has a bachelor and a master. So
Mhm.
being able to be in our dream career, because this is very much a career. It's a job, just like
Mhm.
if you were going to a fry. I mean, just like if you were going to work at McDonald's, like you know what
Right.
I'm saying. Like you had to come and you had to bring your work in every day, like so. Like being able to bounce ideas off of him, like how, like, because now that I play D line, I can ask him directly. Well, have you seen this film? What you think about this guy? Like,
Right.
how would you beat him, or how would you be
Mhm.
weak here at an offensive lineman? And he could call him and do the same thing about
Mhm.
me. Say if he's seen a tackle or a nose guard that week. So just being able to have another professional opinion about something, and then also to be able to know that there's nothing but love from him. Like it's very much a blessing. Like everybody also in the league doesn't have that. So,
Right. Getting into the last question, obviously, you said before you went to Old Dominion, you went to Fourth Union Military. What was your daily lifestyle like there?
um, it was very structured.
Mhm.
I remember that we would wake up around 6, to the trumpets and everything like that, like a classic military style movie or whatever. We would march down to practice. We would practice early in the morning, and then we would go to class after that. We would I guess like so the structure of Fork Union, like the purpose of Fork Union is so I came in with a good enough GPA to be able to
Mhm.
still go to college without football. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
So some people go in there for different reasons, but I just needed a college scholarship.
Mhm.
So since I already had a pretty good GPA, I just needed to enhance already what I already had. So you take 2 classes. I guess during these classes you were able to enhance your way of thinking in writing form in order to boost your SA2 scores and your
Mhm.
ACT scores in the writing area. And we also take pre-algebra and algebra. That way we're able to enhance our scores in the math section in the SAT
Mhm.
and the ACT. So we do that every single day, and that's why Fork Union is known for bringing in guys and raising their test scores. I don't know how that affects today's game where you don't
Right.
need the SAT in order to get into
Mhm.
school, but we would do that. So we would have class. We will also during the middle of the 2 classes, we will also march to lunch, make sure we give our salutes,
Mhm.
and we would go eat, go back to class. We would have another practice, more like the kind of like lift, like the maintenance day. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Then we would come back and we would do drills like in lines, like in front of the what they call the barracks or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, we were post grad, so they weren't too hard on us. But if you had discipline and you took pride in what you were doing, like you actually liked everything that was going on there. Like everybody didn't agree with the way things were run
Right.
for whatever reason. Everybody doesn't agree with authority, but someone that has a mission like me, like is I have to march in a line, like whatever you need, sir. Like so. Um, besides that, we would come back up for we would march to dinner. That's when we would be able to get as many places as possible, get your extra protein shakes and stuff like that. And then we would come back up around like 6 to 8 ish. Lights out would be a 10. So we would have homework, obviously.
Yeah.
I might have say while they're walking through the hallways and stuff, and our doors are open and everything like that. So and then that every day you're able to step into a routine and get a groove. While some people are fizzling out, other people are gravitating towards you, and then other people are trying to push away from you. So just did that's like that was like my first real test of like if you're able to get through every single bump, then you're gonna be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So mm,
Well, that's all I have for today. So, Marcus, thanks again for joining me.
that's all right.
See you guys in episode 12.